And we welcome into Sports Nation a comedian, producer, and co-host of MTV's Ridiculousness, Steelo Brim. There he is, wearing the Tyson Holyfield shirt. You got the Blackhawks hat on. I love it, man.
Yeah. You know, a little combo there.
Absolutely.
I'm a big fight fan, so, you know, I had to represent a little bit.
So tell me about, let's start with your podcast, man. We know you from Ridiculousness, but you also do a podcast called Wine and Weed. Gee, I wonder what that might be about.
Straightforward.
But let's talk about some of the guests that you've had on that podcast. What's a cool story that has come out of any guest that you've had on the podcast?
Oh, man, that's a good question. A cool story. You know, we had actually, just to, keep it at home, we had my co-host or the host of Ridiculousness, Rob Dyrdek, on the show one time, and he was telling us a story about one of our ex-presidents, and they were running a pageant, and he was like telling us he was leaning toward, telling us these two countries should win the pageant, and it was just a weird story. It was just a weird story that you didn't know. You're like, okay, ex-presidents running pageants, and you were there helping run the pageant. This is a really weird story. So that was a really weird story that Rob Dyrdek gave us.
You know what? Let's stick with bizarre stories then, because I feel like if we're going to talk about that, we got to address the elephant in the room on the internet today. I don't know if you saw a picture that was making the rounds. It got a lot of attention of someone on a flight carrying what looked like a full lobster feast at that point in time. So I'm just curious, like, your thoughts on that. Fair or foul to go entire seafood feast on a long flight?
I would say definitely a foul. I don't care if you're in first class. I don't care where you're. It's a foul for you to bring a full-on boiling crab, boiled up lobster feet. You can't do this. It don't look like you in first either. So everybody gonna get this smell. It's gonna get circulating. It's gonna get the moving. This feels like definitely a foul right here.
How does this even get on the flight?
Well, what if when you walk by they offer you some? Does that change any part of the equation if all of a sudden they're sharing the wealth?
During a pandemic, there's a panic. It actually makes it worse. It makes me say, please remove these people.
Also, I wonder if they bought a seat for the seafood boil, because there was nobody sitting there either. Regardless,
they could feed the whole plane with that.
Yes, without question. Everybody getting a piece of crawfish before the flight's over. Steelo, it is well documented that your sneaker game is proper. Mike, myself, Arda, appreciate a good pair of kicks ourselves. So, Steelo, one question. Do you still use the sneakers app at all? Like, are you plugged up at this point?
I've never downloaded the sneakers app.
Oh, man.
That is...
I really haven't.
That is
I really
wild.
haven't, but I see people be taking a lot of L's in the sneaker app. I can't stomach those L's, so I don't even put myself in a position to go through those L's. If I really, really want something, I either tell myself, I guess you got to get taxed and pay, and that sucks.
Yeah.
Or you got to make a call, and it better be worth it.
Steelo said it couldn't be me.
I was going to say, Steelo, what's it like to have your mental health still intact?
Yeah, really, Mike.
Is that nice?
Oh, it's great, guys. Oh, it's great. It's amazing. I'm at peace. I don't even think about it. Oh, man, I can't even imagine.
Now, your grail then, because you mentioned if you see something and you like it, you figure you're going to get taxed for it. What is the grail that you've paid most out of pocket for?
Ooh, the most out of pocket for. I'm trying to think of my little collection, what I have. I'm like, I paid for those, man. I have had an amazing relationship with different sneaker companies. So I've worked for them and done things. So I again try to make calls if I can. But I think I paid for a pair of Space Jams back in the day, like I'll say like at least 11 years ago, for probably at the time a good 1,200, 2,000 at the time, or something between that. Where I was like, yo, I really want these shoes. And that was crazy at the time. And now the game is it is insane.
Oh, it's out of pocket. It is out of pocket, actually. Like, it is, the game itself is out of pocket.
Quite literally. Quite literally.
All right, last question for you, Steelo. We got to talk about your Bears, and we got to talk Justin Fields. Week 1, what do you think? He starts?
I think he should. I think I would. What, do we not feel this way?
No, I'm with you.
Like people made faces over there like, upset. I think he should. I think Justin Fields is the easy call. I don't think we've had anything. We've never had that surety and feeling like, oh, we have a quarterback we can all get behind and believe in as a Bears fan. And I think that we are finally here somewhat together. So I enjoy this.
Absolutely here for it. Absolutely here for Jay Fields getting the starting run out day one. Yes.
Right on. And absolutely here for you being on Sports Nation, Steelo Brim. Love the Hawks hat, love the Tyson Holyfield shirt, and loved having you on the show, man. Thanks for being here.
Love, love, love. Thank you for having me.